The story I'm going to tell is called Who Did Patrick's Homework? And I'm targeting the lower elementary school, upper middle school grades, so 4th, 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th. So, yeah, here's my storytelling. Patrick never did his homework. It's too boring, he'd say. He'd rather play Nintendo, baseball, and basketball instead. His teachers had always said, Patrick, if you don't do your homework, you won't learn a thing. And it's true that sometimes Patrick did feel like a ding-a-ling. But what was he to do? He absolutely hated homework. On one day, a St. Patrick's Day, he noticed that his cat was playing with a little doll, and being the loving, responsible cat owner that Patrick was, he grabbed it away from him. And he realized that it wasn't a doll, but it was a man of the tiniest size. He was wearing an old wool shirt and old-fashioned breeches and a tall top hat similar to a witch's. The elf yelled, "Help me! Save me! Please, don't give me back to that cat! I'll do anything! Oh, I know! I'll grant you one wish, and I'll promise you that." Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he'd gotten. He knew exactly what he wanted to wish for. So he told the elf, "If you do my homework for the rest of the semester, I will not give you back to that cat. That's 35 days, and if you do well enough, I might even get A's." The little man wrinkled his face like a dishcloth thrown in a hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fist and grimaced and pursed his lips. He said, "Oh, I am so cursed, but okay, I'll do it." And true to his word, the little elf started on Patrick's homework. But there was one small problem. Sometimes he didn't know what to do, and he needed Patrick's help. He'd say, "Help me, help me," and Patrick would have to help in whatever way he could. The elf would say things like, "I don't know this word. Patrick, go get me a dictionary." Or, no, even better, you go look up the word and sound it out by each letter. And in math, well, Patrick was out of luck. The elf would ask, "What are times tables? Addition, subtraction, division, fractions? We elves don't use these. Here, sit down beside me. You must guide me." And elves knew nothing about human history. And already being a shouter, he just got louder. The elf would shout, "Go to the library, get me books, more and more books, and when you get back, you can read them with me." And every day, and every way, that elf was a nag. Patrick was working harder than ever, and it made his life such a drag. He was staying up nights. He had never been so weary. He would go to school with his eyes all puffed and bleary. Finally, the last day of school came, and the elf was free to go. As for the homework, well, there was no more. So he silently and slyly slipped out the back door. Patrick, well, he got his A's. His classmates were amazed. His teachers were full of praise. And his parents? Well, they had wondered what happened to Patrick. I mean, he was now a model student, a model kid. He did his chores, cleaned his room. He was cheerful and never rude. It's like he developed a whole new attitude. You see, Patrick in the end had still thought that he'd made the elf do all of his work for him. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Just between you and me. It wasn't the elf. Patrick had done it all by himself. The end.